Welcome to week number 6 TSSAA high school football in the state of Tennessee. Fairview High School playing their 5th game of the year, 4-0 officially on the record sheet. Harpeth Indians coming into this game 1-3 on the year. Fairview on a roll, playing very well this year, coming off of back-to-back road wins at Creekwood and at Marshall County. Their 3rd road contest in a row tonight against Harpeth. And the Yellow Jackets, going into the game, feel pretty confident about this contest, Tim. What to look out for is the key. So I'm going to throw that to you real quick and see if you can give me some matchups going into this game and what we can give everyone at home to look out for.
I think the keys tonight, Kevin, are can Harpeth withstand the speed and ability of our wide receivers, specifically Hunter Branch. And you got the Franklin boys who are just phenomenal out there.
Julian and Ernest are speed demons.
Our quarterback has played very well this year. And the other thing is on defense. We have a very quick to-the-ball defense, and I don't know if Harpeth has to deal with our overall team speed and quickness. If they can't do that, it could be a long night for the Harpeth Indians.
Well, one thing, Tim, right out of the gate, we are here at in Kingston Springs, which is only about 15 minutes from Fairview High School. Coming into this game, I know we're 4-0, they're 1-3. Momentum is definitely on our side as far as fan support is concerned. But before this game starts, looking at the crowd support, we, based on eyeball concept, we have to have a 2-1 crowd advantage at Harpeth High School.
Well, very rarely in high school do the home team fans look across the field and see the visitor stands packed. Now, we're not packed to capacity over here, but we've got all these stands full.
Well, to give you an example, when coming into the gate tonight, looking to the booth of which one we were going to call the game from, I wasn't real sure where we were going to go because when I looked at the stands, one side was darn near full and the other was darn near empty. And it kind of confused me a little bit, and when I really got to looking, I saw the black and gold was the ones that had pretty much packed the house, and we still have folks coming into the game driving up from Fairview tonight.
And we've got people coming in steadily. It looks like the Harpeth fans are starting to arrive, but Fairview definitely travels well. Our fans are out supporting this team. They're 4-0. Not only that, they're exciting to watch. There's an energy about them. There's a confidence about them. And we saw last week they took a good punch to the mouth. They were down 14-0 early in the second quarter, and they mounted a comeback and won the game going away.
That is exactly correct, and a lot to be said for the perseverance that this team has and the never die attitude.
Yeah, and we talked about this a little last week. That comes from the coaches. It's that confidence that if they execute, they can get the job done.
Yellow Jackets kick off. Ball is mishandled at about the 7-yard line, picked up and hit hard at the 18-yard line. Number 15 gets the ball, mishandles it a little bit, and that's Josh Dillon. But he picks the ball up and turns around and smack down he goes at the 17.
I believe that was 28, Mr. Tidwell on that initial hit of the game. So first hit of the game, good hit of the game goes to Nate Tidwell.
First down 10, Harpeth Indians. And enough hadn't been said about David Higgins' kickoffs either, Tim. He's putting it down inside the 10 in the air every time. Handoff this time right side of the line. It's going to go across the 15-yard line. And I said that they were at the 17-yard line. They had actually spotted them down inside the 15-yard line.
Harpeth comes out in a semi-pro set. They have one receiver wide, beefed up that right side. took the ball right at the Jackets. And every team we played this year starts that way in the game. They try to come right at us, and our speed just wears them down.
Gain of 3. Second down and 7, and it's now going to be a little longer than that because the Yellow Jackets pushed them back a yard. It's now going to be 3rd down and 8 yards to go for the Indians.
54, Ben Brooks just destroys the guard on that play, makes the tackle.
3rd down, 8 yards to go now for the Indians. And this is another thing that we point out about the Yellow Jacket team. Defensively, no team had scored a point on them until the 3rd game of the year. First 2 games scoreless. Indians get on the outside, turn it up the field. It looks like they're going to be close to a 1st down, and they may have the 1st down, or they're going to be pretty close to it. Now, they say it's a 1st down. That time, getting outside the blocks was number 13, Travis Tice, for a good run on the play.
Good seal block on the outside by the Harpeth Indians. They got their hands on the defensive back, and the linebacker was turned inside also. Good blocking on that by the Harpeth Indians.
At quarterback tonight, you got number 3, Brent Berger. Berger behind him has 2 backs. This time, one of those backs getting the ball. He may pick up a half a yard on the play. We'll see where they move the chain. They're going to give him a yard. It's going to be 2nd down, 9 to go.
Fairview we had him where we wanted him on that last series, 3rd down and long. We just let him get outside and get that 1st down. We're starting off good on this particular possession of downs.
You know, when you have 2 good plays and the 3rd one gets away from you and it gets that 1st down, that's a little demoralizing unless you come back and get right back at it again. This time it's going to be a fake handoff. The Yellow Jackets are going to fall right on top of the ball. As long as it didn't score it away, they're going to have it 1st down 10. And it does not score it away. Yellow Jacket football.
I couldn't see that, Kevin. It looked like they were coming with some sort of counterplay. The running back's timing with the quarterback was off. Quarterback turned around, leaned the ball out, hit the running back in the side. Ball was down. Jackets on top of it.
Yeah, as
Harpeth ends up coming up with it.
Yeah, they're running a counter play that time, and as soon as the ball was handed off, the defense was right there, knocking it loose, or at least not getting the opportunity for the running back to get a good handle on the ball.
Excuse me, the Jackets have the ball. I think I said Harpeth came up with it, and that was wrong.
Under center this time is Ring. In motion is Franklin. And we're going to...
Oh, Coach, I believe
we're going to call a timeout.
Coach Hughes had a play he wanted to run, and somebody wasn't in the right playbook. Very rarely do you see Coach Hughes get that demonstrative on the sidelines. He loves his kids, and he was upset about that play.
He was definitely a little demonstrative on that one.
Yeah,
no doubt about it.
Oh, my goodness. He went back a 2nd time. A 3rd time.
He's getting his exercise. He's actually, I think he's running, as we used to call it, running the, I don't know what we used to call it when we were in gym and you had to run the lines.
Well, we called them killers. Some people call them
suicides.
Yeah. I believe he had a play he wanted to run that he thought was going to work well.
Ramey under center. Franklin in motion. Looks like the same play. It's going to be a reverse if they can get outside. And they do get outside. One block. Stiff arms for another block. Gets past it. Stays on his feet. Gets down close to the 1st down marker. So that's one Franklin handing off to another Franklin. And I believe they ended up with Ernest getting the ball and almost a 14, 15-yard pickup on the play. We're going to say it's a 13, it's a 8-yard pickup on the play.
The Coach Hughes runs that play because what have we seen a lot this year? Franklin coming off the edge, taking the ball, turning the corner. So he figures they'll be waiting for that. He runs a double reverse.
Shotgun this time, throwing the ball to the right side. Got a 1st down. Toss out there. Hunter Branch. Quick toss to Branch. Catches the ball. Actually, going to say short, so he only picks up 1 yard on the play. And forgive me there, I was for some reason thinking that we had a 5-yard penalty on that last play, but in reality we called a timeout, so we only needed 10 and got 8 on that first play. Shotgun formation again, Yellow Jackets. Cole Watkins back there with Ramey, it looks like. Ramey now switches, goes up under center.
Harpeth jam in the middle of the field.
Fakes the first handoff through, pulls it back from Watkins, tucks it, goes for a few yards on the play, but it is a first down, Yellow Jackets.
Harpeth jams the middle of the field expecting that dive play. Coach Hughes wisely calls a little bit of an option, bellies up. Ramey reads the little middle linebacker coming up, keeps the ball, goes outside a little bit, picks up the first down. Good play calling, Kevin.
Well, you know, the thing that the quarterback has got to do right there is got to read that initial hit. And if you don't pull the ball back out of the gut, you're going to take a loss right there, and he read it perfectly, as you said. Ramey this time is being chased. He gets away from the initial opportunity for a sack there and gets back up to the line of scrimmage. So takes a 6-yard loss and turns it into no gain on the play.
He was looking for Cavender on the outside. He just didn't have time to set his feet and throw. Cavender looked like he was running a little bit of a skinny post. That it didn't look like he was running it out. Besides running the wrong side, it could have been a long throw. It looked like he was running a skinny post, and Ramey just didn't have time.
High formation this time, second man through. Gets the ball. That's number 20 for the Yellow Jackets that last week, in my opinion, turned the game around. That was Logan Cavender. Cavender's not going to get much on this either.
I tell you what, Kevin, Harpeth is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage early in this ball game. They're getting the Ramey on the pass plays, and they just shut down the gaps on that. Cavender had no room to make any kind of move.
Pick up a 3 on the play. Back to shotgun formation. Everybody's coming in tight. Got 2 receivers that are wide. In motion now is Branch. Branch looking for the middle. Gets across the middle, and the ball is almost intercepted. That time Ramey followed Branch all the way through and did not check off to a second option.
Yeah, he was locked on him. You could see it from up here, and you also saw the three people from Harpeth read those eyes too. We had 3 people around the ball, and Ramey overthrew it, and we almost had a tipped interception, but that's good for the Jackets.
Yep, and that's one of those learning opportunities in the film room after this game. Just talking about watching the eyes and looking at the eyes, staying under center, running around in. We got some room if we can make a cut. There's a cut down the center. He almost gets it in. I'm not sure if he did. He did. It's a touchdown, Yellow Jackets. I knew it was going to be close to him. I didn't have a good angle on it, but I know he made a great cut right there. Gets it in past the G for a touchdown.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin, he didn't get it in on the first effort. He didn't get it in on the second effort. He got it in on the third effort. Great job, Mr. Franklin. Touchdown, Jackets. Take advantage of that turnover.
And I believe that was Julian that had the ball that time.
That was number 10.
That would be Julian. Left-footed kicker comes in, point after up, and it's good. That time Nathan Green, who last week had a couple of balls that just didn't come off the foot very well. This time that one was dead center.
That one looked much more healthy.
7-0 Yellow Jackets. They take advantage, as you said, of the turnover.
And once again, speed to the outside. We got there before Harpeth could get there and stop it. And effort. I mean, Franklin had to do a little work to get that one in there, and he got it done.
You know, interesting, Tim, a lot of times we come to a field and we're calling the game and feels like we're right on top of the field. In this particular stadium where we're stationed at, we have to be a good 30 to 40 yards away from the field. This is almost like a college or a pro venue, and I would say it reminds me a lot of going to USC, the Rose Bowl, because they've got that huge bowl there, and in reality it takes almost binoculars just to see the sidelines at the Rose Bowl.
You can be in the second row and you still got them on.
That's right. Higgins to kick off again. from the 40-yard line, gets the ball down. Good kick, picked up at the 7-yard line. Running forward this time is the Indians, and he's hit, and he does not go forward with any motion at all, because as soon as he hit, he stops and goes backwards.
Tidwell, 2 kickoffs, 2 tackles. Good job by Nate Tidwell. He gets down there, finds the ball, and he stops him.
That's one of the better starting positions the team's had against us this year, and it's at the 27-yard line. So that says a lot about our kick coverage team.
Yeah, they want to get down there and they want to hit people.
Offset I formation. This time, second man through gets the ball. That's number 13, and he digs and dives and jumps over the pile to get a few extra yards. And kudos to him for turning 1 into 4 right there.
Slow developing play, Kevin. Harpeth didn't come off the ball well. We had penetration, and we were just all over that. That play, that was doomed. Our defense just dominated on that one.
Travis Tice right there for the Indians did a really good job of getting those 4 yards because he didn't have much. Looks like a little bit of an offset again. Looking to the outside to throw the football. Got coverage on the play, and Tidwell trips. And as he trips, so does the Harpeth Indian player, number 15, Josh Dillon. They both go up, fighting for the ball. Well over the head anyway, incomplete pass.
Good coverage by Tidwell. You knew they were going to try that, but I thought they would try it when the ball was on the same side of the hash as the wide receiver. That's a long throw for a high school quarterback. He's got to get that ball on the outside shoulder. That's a tough play. Great job by Tidwell.
He threw to the long side of the field, cross field. 2 backs in the set again, going for it on 3rd down with a run, going to try to get the 1st down. And Tim, they're going to come up short, trailing 7-0 already. The Indians try to get it on the ground.
Yeah, and on that last play, the pass play, if Harpeth is going to run that wide receiver's got to get inside of Tidwell so the quarterback doesn't have to throw it over his head to get to completion.
It's a snap back, it's a punt. I tell you what, it almost hit a Fairview guy. The Yellow Jackets are going pretty deep with their secondary block coverage, and a couple times this year the ball has almost landed on top of the helmet. And that time, both Branch and Tidwell were hollering, I guess that's the right way to pronounce it from Fairview, but they were definitely hollering, screaming, whatever to tell. I couldn't, again, by number, see who it was, but tell them try to get away from the ball. And luckily enough, they stopped and let the ball bounce right in front of them. 1st down 10, Yellow Jackets, ball at the 35-yard line.
Interesting formation. We are loaded to the right. Trips.
Toss out to the right side. Receiver screen. It's going to be no gain on the play. If anything, maybe a half of a yard.
Tell you what, Kevin, young Mr. Franklin, if he's just a little bit patient, gets up there behind those blockers, he could have popped that to the outside. He cut right back into the pursuit on that one.
They're going to give him a yard on that gain. 2nd down, 9 to go. This time you get a handoff to Franklin, who tries to get on the outside, and he does. He's got the sideline, 1 man to beat, and he zooms right past him, down to the end zone, right past the G, into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Julian Franklin absolutely throws the Jets on. 1 man to beat, number 85, Austin Deal. He shot right past him.
That was number 18.
Oh, that was Ernest.
Yep, that's number 18. That's Big Brother.
Big Brother Ernest gets it done.
Picking them up, putting them down. Key to the game, can they stay with our speed? The answer so far is no.
Snap back on the ground, kick up, and it's going to be no good.
Bad snap.
High snap. High snap on that play. You say that was number 18. I'm still not sure it wasn't 10.
Yeah, no, it was 18. He's right here with, I recognize the shoes. He's got the Puma shoes going on. That's the man right there.
So right now you got touchdown Franklin, touchdown Franklin. 13-0 Yellow Jackets. First quarter still, 4:32 left here in the first quarter. And Tim, this is back in May. This is one of the hardest hit areas of Nashville from the flood perspective. The angle that we're shooting at from the press box across the road here is where 3 homes were just taken right off of their foundation, and thank goodness, there was a lot of lives spared with that storm. Kickoff this time again. Higgins gets the ball down past the 10 in the air to the 6-yard line. Yellow Jackets again in pursuit. Don't allow them to get to the 25-yard line. Again, great kickoff coverage by the black and gold. Ball spotted down at the 24-yard line. Yellow Jackets tonight, Tim, different from last week. They have come out and really played well.
Yeah, you know they had to talk about that this week in practice. Coach was just telling them, hey, we can't afford to come out flat, folks, so let's be ready for every ball game. Let's make the other team get up to our level of intensity, and that's what we've done tonight.
Little offset I formation handoff to, again, to Tice. Tice gets the ball, and he's probably looking to the sideline saying, hey, Coach, try somebody else. I'm getting hit every time I touch the ball. Second down, 9 yards to go.
And you know what has to scare coaches, Kevin, is when they look down at our roster, it's not like we're playing 8 seniors and 3 juniors.
Oh, no.
There are a lot of young players out there.
Good young players. Toss back this time again to number 13, and he's hit again darn near immediately. You got a late flag on the play that comes in, thrown at the 24-yard line. And the Yellow Jacket side is waving it off, saying we don't want it. So they're assuming that it is against Harpeth, and it's a chop block. Chop block is a 10-yarder, right?
Yeah, from the spot, I thought. And that's a scary block, Kevin. You can, someone can get hurt very easily on that. You just really hate to see that called because you know that someone had a good chance of getting hurt.
They're going to take the penalty and move it back. It's going to be a 10-yard mark off from the spot of the foul. And it's going to bring up second down, 19 yards. Or thereabouts. So the ball spotted at the 13. And they need the 34, so let's give it a 2nd and 21. Shotgun formation this time. In motion, the Indians rolling right. Gets the ball out. Bobbles the ball a little bit. Catches it, though. Picked up quite a bit of yardage there, Tim, on that 2nd and long. Good play, good execution by the Indians getting the ball out.
Brought 2 men out wide to the strong side of the field, or the wide side, then they threw back to the weak side of the field. Nice little play by the Harpeth Indians.
Pick up a 13 yards on that play. It's going to be 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Needed 21, got 13. Again in motion. They had the guy moving early that time. They're going to roll left.
They got everything covered here.
Looking down the field and through over the middle, over the top and into the seam. Looked like zone coverage right there, and threw right over the top of one zone and landed flat in the middle of the other zone.
Yeah, we had these receivers over here on the sidelines well covered. Number 15, I can't remember his name. He had pretty decent coverage coming across the middle. They're taking a pretty good pass. Well defended by the Jackets.
You know, the Jackets have a couple of block kicks this year already. And it takes a really good snap back to keep from getting that ball blocked. Good fair catch call that time by Hunter Branch. He goes down, catches the ball sure-handedly. The 46-yard line. Yellow Jackets will take over on their side of the field.
Logan's got his right hand taped up. Does that look like a thumb problem, Kevin? He's got I see a lot of white tape.
He just went to the left side of the field. It does seem that he's got quite a bit of tape on that. I agree.
I just wonder if that'll curtail his carries, but he's the kind of guy, he gets stronger as the game goes on. So I believe if we need him, we got him in the pocket.
Definitely. They got the ball spotted at the 47, so you got 53 yards to pay dirt. And quite frankly, the Yellow Jackets have several guys with one-touch ability. One-touch ability, you know what I mean there.
Mm-hmm.
Give it to me, let me touch it, and I'm gone.
Yeah, it's really, how many teams do you know of in high school football that can say we've got 4 people that can take it to the house?
Not a lot. They may have 1 or 2 that has that breakaway speed, but and to your point, even further, you're talking about in every game, not just 1 or 2 games. You're talking every game we play. We've got those 4 guys that has that breakaway speed.
Mm-hmm. And the ability to break tackles.
Yes.
You know, a lot of times there's fast players and there's football players that are fast. And we've got football players that are fast, and all 4 of them can just make it happen.
2 guys in the wide out. This time hand off to Cavender, running right. Got a great block. What a block up in the hole right there. Took down 2.
Franklin
would be.
Was that Julian Franklin on the block?
I didn't catch who got the block, but I will tell you, it took out 2 of the Harpeth Indians. They're talking to each other saying, did you get the number of that train right there?
Man, that play opened up very well. It was very similar to the play Hunter took to the house last week. They got right there in the seam and the hole just opened up.
First down, Yellow Jackets, under center this time. 1 back behind. Cavender goes in motion. And this time the Yellow Jackets, Watkins gets hit about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he goes down as soon as he is hit. It's going to be a loss of a couple.
Those interior linemen for Harpeth are playing pretty tough. Looks like they're doing pretty good inside, but they just haven't been able to come up with an answer for our off-tackle and outside plays.
That was a little slow moving right there, it seemed, for some reason. Going back to throw this time is Ramey. Ramey looks like he's going to be hit in the backfield, and he is. He's going to go down with one of the few sacks that we've allowed all year. It's going to bring up 3rd down and quite a bit.
I'm not quite sure what was supposed to happen because that play broke down so quickly. We had 3 of the Indians in the backfield before Ramey turned around. He did a good job of protecting the football. I was worried about the one guy coming from the backside.
Yep, he stepped up in the pocket, and there was no pocket to step up in. He gets the ball going down the field to Hunter Branch, and the ball is out of bounds. And again, it's just one of those situations where the feet get tangled up, both guys going for the ball, so there's no flag on the play. It's going to be the first opportunity tonight for the Jackets to punt the ball away.
The defensive back was 8 yards off the ball. He saw Hunter Branch coming. He turned and ran. He was running deep because I think he smelled the pass coming, and there was no way he was going to let Hunter get behind him.
Yeah, and to Ramey's defense, he didn't have a lot of protection on that particular play either.
No.
So he had to get rid of it and throw it up there. Good kick this time, high knuckleball kind of kick. And it hits behind. And it hits the Harpeth player. And the Yellow Jackets just were not paying attention right there, or they would have had the opportunity to jump on it for another turnover.
Yeah, there's an opportunity, but that ball took a sharp turn off of that young man's foot. But you're right, the Jackets could have been a little bit more aware and picked him up another fumble and been in scoring territory.
And you don't want to call it as a negative, because Jacob Herndon right there was the closest guy to the ball. He did what he was supposed to do, and the ball just took a wicked bounce toward him, and he had lost sight of the ball, which is easy to do in this lighting, plus the crazy bounce that it took. It was hard to keep up with it, but Jacob was where he was supposed to be. Another bad snap right here, goes over the top of the quarterback's head, and Berger, all he had to do was just try to jump on that ball.
Kevin, we've seen a lot of bad snaps by the opponents of the Jackets this year, and I think one of the reasons for that is just the crazy amount of pressure our nose people, our defensive tackles put on that center. That center is trying to get that ball back and get his hands on somebody to block them so quick, because Fairview's interior linemen are so fast and strong. I think that has a lot to do with these bad snaps.
24 yards is needed for the first down. The Yellow Jackets allow that quick slant out on the outside because it's going to get very few yards, and it's a controlled play, and probably going to be the last play of the first quarter, Tim, as it's 10 seconds and counting down. The Yellow Jackets, they've come out and done exactly what Coach Hughes wanted them to do, and that's play steady on both sides of the ball. The clock hits 0.0, so at the end of one, the Yellow Jackets, and that would be the visiting Fairview High School Yellow Jackets 13, and the homestanding Harpeth Indians 0. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like we're the home team. If you had an aerial shot right now of one of the Channel 4 or Channel 5, they would certainly think they were at the wrong stadium if they were going off of who was the home team.
They sure would. You know, Fairview fans, they love their Jacket football, and Jackets have rewarded them this year. They're 4-0, and they're in control of this game so far at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, looking down the way here, the fences, they're covered by the fans past the seating. You've got our band. You've got seating all the way from the first row to the top row. A few empty seats that could be found here, but not many.
Those empty seats are probably people at the concession stand. I think they're taken.
Very well may be. And tonight you've got, this game being filmed by the media crew at Fairview High School. And, Tim, we're really blessed by the students that come out here and put this effort in. And tonight you got Tyler Tuttle and Kelly Moore that's running the show with the producer, Bob King. Bob King really does a great job for Fairview High School. As I know, working with him, he's been great to work with from my perspective, and I have nothing but kudos to throw out toward Bob's way. Snap back, fake, being hustled from the left side. Interception, intentional interception, and it is. It's caught, cuts back across the field. And I believe we're going to get a block in the back, which is a legitimate call because
he's still down.
But Branch catches that ball, gets the interception, runs the ball back. It's going to cost us a few yards, but I'll take the ball and a few yards any day. I'd rather have the ball without giving up the yards, but
yeah, he was hustling back, trying to get a block. He just couldn't get that hat around front. But that was a pass rush interception. That quarterback had to get rid of the ball, stepped up through a little bit off the back foot. The ball was too much air, nose was up, it was wobbling all over.
Yep. What do they call it, the wounded duck pass?
Yeah, or some people call it a wally wobbler.
In some households, they could also call it the VY to the sky. pass, but I'm not going to say that. He gets on the outside, Franklin that is, tries to break through the initial tackle. Instead, he takes the two Harpeth Indians with him. It's going to be a pickup of 12 on the play, first down, Yellow Jackets. That's Ernest Franklin again. Yeah, Ernie is getting that ball and just going up the field.
A little nervous that time. He's carrying it like a loaf of bread.
He was, but got away with it. Got back the majority of the yards that we gave up with the penalty. Shotgun formation again. Good snap back. Throwing the ball down the field, and it's almost intercepted by the Indians. It would have been a great catch by the Indians. But again, that was, ditto pass rush throw right there.
Was that Tidwell he was going to? I couldn't tell.
I'm not real sure. He threw it pretty quickly just to avoid the sack that time. Cole back there with Jack. Jack gets the ball down the field. Good pass out. Actually kind of lost a little bit of the handle on it, and the ball sails on him, goes over the head of the intended receiver. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
Kevin, Ramey plays so solid at the quarterback position. I believe he's just a sophomore.
He is a sophomore, and
you just forget that because he plays with a lot of smarts, a lot of moxie.
First year as a starter, and he has taken this team to 4-0. Got a lot of receivers on the right side. Got a screen coming up, and that time Harpeth smelled it out, and they intercept the ball. It's going to be turnover, Yellow Jackets. As we're sitting there doing the kudos, we then did one of those Booth jinx
Next
plays.
time I start to do that, smack me in the head. I jinx the young man.
Well, turnover, Yellow Jackets, ball spotted at the 22-yard line. So we intercept it, then we give it back on interception. Yellow Jacket defense back out there now. One receiver to the left side, two split to the right. Shotgun formation, and quarterback Berger does not like what he sees, so he's going to call a timeout to go talk to his coach and see what he needs to come in and do.
I think they were shocked. They came out in a pros formation spread left and right. Coach Hughes tells our defensive backs, belly up. Yep, jam them at the line. You got Hunter back there to cover a lot of distance. I don't think they were ready for that. I think they were expecting a little bit of cushion, and they might go on a quick out or a little slant, and it looked like our defensive backs were going to take the slant away, make them throw over the top, and wait for Hunter to come over and help.
With 11:10 left here in the second quarter of action from Kingston Springs, 13-0. The Yellow Jackets in the lead. Harpeth has the football. It's first down and 10 for Harpeth at the 22-yard line. Got four receivers in the set. One of those receivers in motion. Quarterback rolling against his arm, but he makes a great throw and a good catch that time by the receiver, number 13. I believe that's Tice.
Kevin, I got to give the Harpeth quarterback a lot of credit.
Brooks what a great throw.
Over him, hit him right after he threw the ball.
He's being pursued heavily. He was rolling against his body, or throwing against his body, rolling against his throwing arm, and put the ball out there where only his guy could catch it.
And I'm telling you, when you're rushing the quarterback and you think you got him and you're just about there and you see him throw the ball, oh, you're so aggravated. Great effort by Brooks.
41-yard line, first down 10, Indians. 41-yard line on their side of the field. Similar set, high snap goes back. The Yellow Jackets are right there. Berger goes down on top of the ball. That's going to be the third high snap that we have seen out of about the last 10 snaps.
I'm telling you, I think we just knocked the fire out of that center. and we just get him all just in a hurry, and it's messing up his snaps.
Yep, Cooper Stevenson right there, back there, the fall on top of Berger. Doesn't give him any chance at all to pick the ball up. He felt that rush coming in, so he just did the smart thing, Berger that is, and fell right on top of the ball and ate the large loss on the play of 11. High snap again. Berger gets the ball and tosses it out, and the official is going to talk to the Yellow Jacket
number 66
rush guy here, and he's going to walk up to Jacob Buttrey and say, young man, you're really, really close to hitting him after the play was dead. And I think Jacob, good young man he is, said, yes, sir. But he's going to do it again, I guarantee you.
He said, yes, sir, and under his breath he's thinking, but I chased him all over the place. I got to be able to hit him just a little bit.
That's right. I want to get one lick in, even if it's in a fraction, even if it's a fraction late. Good snap this time to Berger, and Berger's going to be sacked. This time there was no thought about it as Cavender comes shooting from the right side, takes him down for a huge loss on the play.
Coming off the edge, Cavender's just got too much speed. They've got no one over there to block him, and they can't expect one of those linemen to turn around and catch him on the edge. Just not going to happen.
Scoreboard has it at 4th down and 32 yards to go. I have not added this up, and I'm going to take their word for it. Looks like it's 33 yards, but that's, well, the Yellow Jackets almost got that one. One bounce and picked up by Tidwell. You had a fair catch called, I believe, that time by Branch, and Tidwell picks it up and runs with it, and that's usually a penalty. I'm not sure they're going to give us a penalty on that one, but if you call a fair catch and then try to move with the ball, that's usually a 5-yarder, but that's okay. We'll take it as is. So Tim, not much harm done on the interception. It was about a 20-yard play for us as far as where we had it versus where we get it back. Ramey gets the ball, shotgun formation, in motion this time is Franklin, tries to get around the end, and he does, runs right into the defender. All he does is run into him and bounce off. The defender was number 8 right there, and Franklin ran right into Sawyer, and Sawyer was like, man, I thought I had him. But that's, the difference in thinking and doing. He thought he had him, but he didn't.
I like the way that Julian just took that ball and ran right into the defender. He didn't try anything fancy. He was going to make him tackle him. I like to see that.
Tidwell on the field now to replace Julian Franklin. In motion this time. Yellow Jackets actually fake the pass, run the ball up the center. I believe that was the handoff to Dakota Caldwell. Well, they're saying the ball was
33, Wilder.
Yeah, I don't think that's correct. Wasn't that 22 on the carry there? You had, okay. Rolling this time to the left side. Tucking the ball in is going to be Ramey. He's going to try to push the ball up close to the first down.
Recognized that play just wasn't going to go the way it was. Wisely pulls the ball down, gets positive yardage.
Third down and very close to a first down, and we have raindrops here and a lot of umbrellas popping up in the stadium.
Last time we were here, Kevin, we had a lot of rain.
Sure did. Third down 1, Yellow Jacket shotgun formation. A lot of things you can do right here with 3rd and 1. Cole Watkins in motion. Low snap right here. Doesn't see anything. Ramey runs on the outside, stops, and he gets hit. And it's going to be another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. That ball, the helmet got put right on top of that ball. It was knocked loose. So another turnover by the Yellow Jackets. And that eventually comes back to haunt you, Tim.
Look at that umbrella. I'm sorry, Kevin. That's a patio umbrella down there in the bleachers.
It looks like a beach umbrella.
Nice umbrella. Oh my goodness.
The only problem with that is everybody from 20 rows back can't see over the top of you.
I saw Dwayne Greer. He's trying to watch the ball game. He's asking, can he get under the umbrella?
You got a play on the field continuing on in a heavy rain right now, and I'm glad that we're undercover ourselves. Our camera crews are being covered up by umbrellas and plastics and anything we can cover these expensive cameras up with. But it's a pretty good little raindrop or two falling.
Band might have to take it to the buses with some of those instruments.
Second down and 10.
That looks like it's going to stop as quickly as it started.
Oh man, I tell you, Berger took off with that one right there, and he was stopped by his own man. Number 30 actually had made a good block. Hunter Spencer made a really good block, and Berger, sensing the rush coming, takes off to the left side and runs right over the feet of his own player for, again, no gain on the play. Ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Third down, 10 yards to go. But that was one of those quick springtime rains.
Yep.
In the fall. Snap back, this time rolling is Berger, trying to get on the outside using the stiff arm, and he's not going to get away with it. It's going to be a takedown for the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be another play with no gain. It's going to be fourth down. Matter of fact, it'll be a loss of one on the play. Fourth down, 11 yards to go. And it looks like the Yellow Jackets have forced the Indians into a punting situation. Good snap back. Low kick right there. And that's one of those kicks that you're really lucky it doesn't hit any of your up men, because that was so low. It was almost like a line drive. Well, not almost. I mean, it was a line drive.
That's, yeah, you're worried about hitting one of those linemen, turning around, going to block in the back of the helmet.
Ball does not carry across the midfield. Down at the 48-yard line on Harpeth's side of the field, where the Yellow Jackets will take over first down and 10 yards to go.
You know, Kevin, I'm waiting for some creases to open in the middle of that line for Cavender, and then we can come back to the outside.
Second man through is Cavender, as you called for. We run around in, and it's going to be close to a first down. And I believe this may have to require a spot. But they're going to say no. They've got great eyes looking across this, and they're going to say it's a pickup of 9.
Well, they could take a shot deep on this down and distance.
Offset I formation again. Second man through is Cavender, jumps over the first. Tiptoes through the second, third, and fourth. Picks up a first down, gain of 5 on the play. Just a good run right there by Cavender.
Establishing that running game, some dominance up front. You know, those linemen, they love that run blocking, Kevin. They get a chance to run downhill and just hit some people. That's much more fun and less difficult than pass blocking, but that makes it easier to pass block because those linemen can't just pin their ears back and come after Ramey.
Ramey stays under center. Two backs in the set again. Toss, this time to the right side, and a good cut up the field by the Yellow Jackets. Not going to be a big gain on the play, but it is going to be a gain of about 3. Second down and 7 yards to go.
Dry field, I believe Cavender plants that right foot, accelerates through that, explodes into that hole, and he gets a much better gain. This slick field, he couldn't really plant that foot and explode into the hole like he likes to.
4 minutes, 10 seconds, and counting down here in the first half. Again, under center this time. And the first man through wasn't initially going to get the ball, and then Ramey decides that he's going to go ahead and force it into the gut, which he does. And I believe that was Watkins that time.
Yeah, I think the timing was off just a little bit on that, Kevin. It looked like Watkins got there a little early, and the play didn't have time to open up. That guard's got to have time to pull and clear out.
Another indication.
Tackle whoever's pulling.
Yeah, another indication of age right there. Cole Watkins, just a junior. Snap back, shotgun formation, pass out, pass caught. Exactly the way you're supposed to do it. You put your hands out there and catch it with your hands and not your body. First down, Yellow Jackets.
You see, they established that run. Those linebackers got to stay home just a second. Those linemen can't just take off like they're running a 50-yard dash. Makes it easier on those linemen to give Ramey time. You give him time, he finds Hunter Branch.
Go down and out pass that time. Successful. First down 10, Yellow Jackets. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. 3 backs in the set this time. Run up the middle this time. He's going to get the outside.
Oh.
And we're going to get a holding on the play. So the touchdown's going to be negated.
Julian had a chance to go one up on older brother Ernest there.
So they do call holding right there, and that was pretty darn close, guys.
Boy, I really like the way that Julian turned that ball up, saw the seam, and he just took off. And he made everybody miss. But good effort. You can't penalize anybody. That was a good effort downfield on the block. Just got called. His hands probably got just a little bit outside the shoulders, and they call that every time.
Probably so. It's going to be first down and 13 yards to go, because from the spot of the foul, which was a couple yards past the first down marker, Yellow Jackets this time is going to do a double reverse, and ball is still on the ground trying to be picked up. It's a basketball at this point, and I'm not real sure, but it looks like the Indians have fallen on top of it. That is the third turnover in the second quarter. So not only do we not get a touchdown, we now lose the football on the very next play, running a double reverse. And the ball actually hit the ground around the 30-yard line, picked up around the 42-yard line.
I think, how many sets of hands were on it trying to get that ball?
All of them. First man through gets the ball, number 13, and that's going to be Travis Tice that gets it. And the Indian is down on the play. I believe that's number 50, Luke Blanks.
Cramp.
And we're certainly hoping it's a cramp.
Yeah, their tree got that foot up and they're pushing it back.
Yeah.
That hurts like all get out, but if you're going to go down, that's the best thing to go down for, because it will get better.
Yeah, I mean, he was definitely rolling around. He gets up pretty quickly and walks off. So, and we know how it is. You know, when you get older and get up there, you know, our age, you don't have those calf cramps that get in your toes and everything else, and those things they start bending up and they hurt everywhere.
Yeah, you get them in the arch.
Third down and 1. Indians. Big play right here for the Indians. Under 2 minutes left. Second man through gets the ball, and he's going to get the first down as well. Into the Yellow Jacket territory, out to about the 47.5-yard line. 1:48 left. Clock stopped as they moved the chains. Clock's now rewound, or moving again. It didn't really rewind it. Two receivers in the set on the right side. Down the field, pass overthrown just a little bit to number 88. And Tim, he was there. Kyle Odom had his man beat right there, and if it's a good low pass, I believe he had a touchdown.
Quarterback rushed it, and Kevin, do you believe that he's rushing a little bit because of that speed of that Fairview defense? They've been getting to him all night long, hitting him maybe just like number 66, Mr. Buttry. Just kind of touches him, lets him know he's there. It's got that quarterback in a little bit of a rush.
Second down 10 after the incomplete pass. The Jackets rushed through the line of scrimmage. And what name did you call a few seconds ago?
Buttry?
I think that's what you said. And I believe he got the tackle there, Tim.
Yeah, he was all over it.
So he wanted to make sure that if you're going to call his name, that he was going to be in there to make sure that it didn't go awry.
Could you almost call that cinematic timing?
It was.
Is there a hanky on the field?
Subliminal is holding against, I think it was illegal procedure, and they're going to decline that and take the play, which was a loss on the play. Bring up third down and 12. 1:15 and counting toward the zeros here in the first half. I formation. This time the Yellow Jackets again coming with everybody and got away with it because that ball was going toward nobody and it happened to have hit a Yellow Jacket player. And that probably saved his bacon from having a
intentional
grounding right there. Because I just don't think that ball could have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, you got to feel for that Fairview defender. The ball hit him right in the chest, and he didn't have a chance to wrap his arms around.
No, he didn't. Reminds you of that movie with Burt Reynolds that was in it, The Longest Yard. A lot of these young kids listen to this broadcast. The parents know what I'm talking about. But this one's off the side of the foot. It's coming over. Matter of fact, it hits down.
About an 8-yard punt.
Yeah, and that wasn't a very long punt. That had my wedge written all over it. High and nowhere.
I would be more of mine because I do the shanks.
Well, that was high and nowhere, definitely. 52.1 seconds left. The Yellow Jackets still have a timeout left. I think they have 2 timeouts left. And as you said earlier, they've got breakaway speed. If they can get it in the hands of one of these guys, and you got Hunter Branch one-on-one out on the corner. And right now you're running a reverse play, and one of the guys that we talked about has the sideline, and he has the touchdown.
He blocked by his brother Ernest on the edge.
Right there was how you do it. They drew that play up. It looked like a double reverse was coming. They said, no, we're just going to run it down the sideline. And smart play right there by Tidwell. Tidwell gets down there in front, and instead of making a block, he just gets in front of the defender and doesn't even touch him. What a great play right there by Tidwell. Good, smart, heady play. And also a great call by the coaching staff. Great run. Everything about that play was just absolutely picture perfect.
Yeah, and I really like the key block on the edge by Ernest Franklin. Really opened up that seam for the touchdown. Nice call, nice play. You know, back in the day, they used to say key block on a touchdown over 30 yards was a steak dinner. Somebody ought to talk to Coach Hughes about that because Franklin right there, that was a key block on a touchdown over 30 yards.
Yep, that was that deserves some kind of a reward.
Yeah, so Ernest, you need to talk to Coach Hughes. Tell him back in the day that cost a steak dinner. And I hear that ribeyes are on sale.
That's right.
Well,
And if not that, I mean, heck, Maggiano's or something. You know,
Stony River. Hey, good call.
there you go. Got the breakaway speed. Got it in their hands. Had the timeout. I mean, the timing of the route was right there. The blocking was perfect.
Got to the edge once again.
30-something seconds left. 33 or 39. Can't really tell based on the scoreboard. Going for two here. Up the middle of the run is. It's going to be a hard push. And I believe this one is in the end zone for a two-point conversion. And it's good. The Yellow Jackets take a 21-0 lead to where Mr. Higgins will be kicking the ball off.
Looked like Eddie George at the goal line would not be denied. Just got in there and kept those legs churning, pushed the pile backwards for that extra point.
Dub us.
Dub us.
Dub us. No doubt about that one.
He's really came in there and performed. Remember the first game, Levi, I cannot remember his last name. Levi McDonald, yep, messed up his knee and he's out for the year. This young man has stepped in there and got the job done and then some.
Absolutely. Definitely that first couple of carries that Cole had, you know, we were thinking that, you know, we already had a kid by the name of Cole that came through that we gave him a nickname of the Bus. Now you've got Cole Watkins that's in there and perfectly fits him as well as the Bus.
Yeah, and
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
He's continuing the tradition. We had Cole Cassidy, Ethan Cassidy, and now
Cole Watkins.
And now Cole Watkins.
To kick the ball away, the Yellow Jackets with a 21-0 lead. Foot into the ball. It's going deep, and I believe Harpeth goes into the end zone, can't bring it out, so it's going to be a touchback. It'll be first down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line.
Looks like the rain's coming back. I see some umbrellas coming up. I don't really see much rain though. Well, maybe a little.
I believe it may be snowing. As cold as it is right now, you know, we've had that 100-degree temperature. Now we're down in the 80s. Yeah. So I think that you got 20-degree difference. It almost feels like it could snow.
You know, if you're Harpeth, you just got to be kicking yourself. You had 3 opportunities with turnovers, and you've done nothing.
You barely got it across midfield. On first down play from the 20-yard line.
You know, Kevin, this Harpeth community, they've had great sports teams forever and ever, and they've struggled the last few years, and you just know they're going to turn it around and get back to those good, strong, hard-hitting Harpeth teams they've had. And this team here is a hard-hitting team. I think if they get a win under their belt, they'll be well set for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But not tonight.
Right. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I have nothing but respect for this Harpeth community, what they went through with the floods, what they did. I mean, their school last year, they were not able to complete their school year. So we go into the halftime, and I'll finish the story here in just a second, but they go into halftime, and the Yellow Jackets, the traveling Yellow Jackets, lead the homestanding Indians 21-0. So I'm going to the story, Tim. Lot of friends that we go to church with, their kids go to Harpeth, and they, of course, after the flood in the first few days of May, they had to cancel their school year, so they did not go to school from that point forward. So if you can think about being a senior and not being able to interact with your classmates. What they did as a community is those seniors, they gathered together with their underclassmen, and they put groups of people together, and they came out here and they went door to door doing everything that they could do to help the people of their community, cleaning out drywall, and this was just such a hard-hit area. And as we mentioned, the houses right across the street from the football stadium. One was a childhood friend of mine that I grew up with in the bowling era, back when I used to do that, and Robert McNeese was his name, and he, those of you that bowl and go up to the strike and spare, he's the guy that works behind the counter up there, and he lost his house during that flood, and the Harpeth community, they really pulled together, especially this Harpeth High School community. They really did, and did one heck of a job of jumping in there. Didn't care about getting their feet wet, dirty, hands, wet, dirty. They didn't care. They just jumped in there and did a great job of just doing whatever was needed. And again, talking about earning respect. We all earned a lot of respect for each other during that time of seeing what we needed. We didn't need helicopters flying over talking about how bad we were. The community of Middle Tennessee pulled together and did one great job of caring for one another, and this school in particular, I know a lot of them did, but I saw this one because of where I live and the people that we go to church with, and so I got to see that, and also attended their graduation due to those friendships, and the way they handled their graduation was very, very classy as well. But again, not to get off football subject because it's 21-0, we're doing a really good job, but I just had to get that story out there about the Harpeth Indians.
Yeah, and it was a great example of hard work, selflessness, and just a can-do attitude of this community.
Absolutely. And as we're at halftime here, Tim, we've got coaching staff. We haven't mentioned the Fairview coaching staff tonight. Chris Hughes, head coach, that has brought a lot of aura to this football team. I mean, the last 2 years, you didn't really know what you were going to be getting from a middle school coach moving up to the high school just because of the change. And Chris has basically done one heck of a job of moving it up, and I think taking it to a new level than most middle school coaches would have ever been able to do. Frank Simmons, Ron King, Chris Butler, Mike Motley, John Ramey, Brad Jones, and Christopher Smith. Just they've done a great job as the entire coaching staff, and that's pretty much all I have here before we come back for the second half, unless you want to add on.
No, I think you've covered it well. One of the things that you got to admire about the job that's been done here at the high school, these guys never coached together before last year. Maybe 2 of them or 3 of them, but you brought together a group that has really gelled, and you can tell it by the players on the field. They're not out of position. They're not guessing what to do. They have confidence in their coaches, and they perform. And that's a testament to the coaches, and it's a testament to putting together the right coaches for this squad.
No question about it. And and as you see with the number of fans that have traveled tonight to watch them, that goes to show you that that you've built a community around the football team, and that's what's so cool about it. You've built that community, and we've seen it for years of what's happened. When this community jumps in and rallies around the football team excels above and beyond, and that's what's happening this year. Last year, again, nobody knew what to expect. I think the crowds that were coming out early in the year were a little lower than normal Fairview with coaching changes and so forth, but with the 4-0 start and the way that we've started 4-0, especially going down to Creekwood and putting a pretty good beating on Creekwood, 55-17. That again showed the folks of Fairview that this team was for real and where they're ranked at in the state. I'm not going to mention again because we don't want to get into the jinxing part of things. But overall, it's just been really, really cool.
Yeah, and after tonight's game was when we get into the beefy part of the schedule. This is where last year we hit a lot of stiff competition, and I think this year we have a chance to win all of those ball games. Now, those are some tough teams coming up. I mean, you've got Page playing well. They've got some injured players back. They beat Giles County. First loss for Giles County in that new stadium down there. That's saying something. You got Giles County, who's lost 2 ball games on the year, and they play a tough schedule. And you got Spring Hill, who's always tough, hard-hitting team. But this year, I believe our Jackets have the speed, the strength, and the confidence to go and perform against those teams and bring away a win.
Well, I think so too. And you brought up the great point earlier about the breakaway speed that we have and the number of those breakaway players. And that's going to be paramount to the year because if you only have one of those, you usually wear that one person out.
Right.
And in our particular case, we don't have to wear that one person out because of the just the numerical factor of how many.
Well, tonight's a good example. Tonight, Hunter Branch has been just dominant all year long. Tonight we've seen the Franklin brothers just tear it up out there. Last week we saw Cavender just take control of the second half and win that ball game. But I don't want to give anybody any locker room material. These 3 games against Page, Spring Hill, and Giles County, those will be the 3 best teams we've matched up against all year, and we will need to bring our A game.
Oh, no doubt about it. No doubt. There is not a team on our schedule that we can walk out on the football field and toss the coin, and all of a sudden heads or tails comes up, and you say, okay, well, we've got this one. That we don't have that kind of a team. We've got a team that when they work hard and play together, they can play well together.
Right. And I believe we have 2, if not all 3 of those teams at home this year. I know Giles is home, and I know Spring Hill is home this year.
Looking at the schedule, Tim, as is, we have gotten through the East Robertson with a win, East Tigman with a win. We have already gone through our open date the second week of the season. But we went to Creekwood. We're in the 3rd game of our away streak. And so we went to Creekwood and won, went to Marshall County and won. We're at Harpeth leading at half, 21-0. And then we come home, play Spring Hill, Giles, and Page, all at home. And then we finish the year going to Lewis County and going to Hickman County. And
I want to tell you, those 3 games, that's going to be rock'em sock'em football. There's going to be some people sleeping very well on Friday nights because all 3 of those teams, they hit. They're very much like our team. They get after the ball, and what we've got to come out of those 3 games healthy enough because Lewis County is always tough. Yes. They had a little bit of a rebuilding year last year, but I think they're playing very solid ball this year. And that's a rivalry. That's like we talked about last year. It doesn't matter what the records are.
You're exactly right.
And we've got to go down there this year, and they always play well at home.
Well, Tim, we'll be back here in about 10 minutes to call the second half action. Fairview High School, the Yellow Jackets of Fairview High School leading 21-0 at the home stadium of the Harpeth Indians. Tim, we're ready to go here for the second half kickoff. Yellow Jackets lead 21-0 and have earned to get the ball to start the second half. Kick goes down the field, hits the Yellow Jacket receiver in the head, goes out of bounds.
Yeah, I think he misjudged it a little bit. Kevin caught him right in the face mask. Went out of bounds.
Yeah, what did I say there, Tim?
They beamed him.
Oh,
They beamed him right in the head.
they definitely got him in the head, went out of bounds, and it's going to be a starting position of about on the 14-yard line.
I'm sorry, I made a baseball analogy there, but it just struck me as funny.
Okay. You looked at me funny. I didn't know maybe I said something that was, that the FCC was going to kick us off. I didn't know. No. Shotgun formation, 21-0. Yellow Jackets rolling to his right. Rolling to his left is Ramey. Ramey doesn't have room, so he tries to outrun. And then he throws the ball at the last minute. And I'm afraid that this is going to be
Are they going to call it a fumble or an incomplete pass?
I think they're going to call it incomplete pass. He tried to get the ball away at the last minute down the field, so he just kind of pushed the ball, as a good quarterback would do. I mean, he just tried to get the ball going forward, had a receiver in the area, and quite frankly, did a good job. And that saved him a few yards. Now he took a wicked, darn good hit to save a couple of yards.
He was running for his life, that's for sure.
Now, the Indians coach over there is wondering, what's going on, but after the explanation, I'm sure he would totally agree. Snap. Before the snap could get back, you got little hankies flying everywhere. There's enough for everybody to get a cold out there.
Yeah, the side judge, he was ready to throw the hanky on Ramey, but he looked and he saw the Fairview receiver, and that's what he was doing a moment ago. He was pointing inside, saying there was a receiver in there, and Ramey couldn't help that it wasn't on target because he took a shot.
Yeah. 11:45 left, only 15 seconds is run off, but you have a second down 15. In motion again, you got the Yellow Jackets, and you got a hole that's picked up. They're going to try to strip the ball loose. Not able to strip it loose from Julian Franklin, but they did bring him down pretty hard. But on the flip side of it, they brought him down after 12 yards.
Yeah, Harpeth has come out this second half, and their coach must have got on to them because they are trying to attack and lay the wood on the Fairview ball carriers.
Hare coming off the field being replaced. He's done his usual steady job of plugging the holes on defense tonight. Run this time, trying to get outside to get that first down yardage. Not able to do so this time. Cavender tried his best to bust free right there, but he wasn't able to get the yardage needed, so it's going to be 4th down and 1. Leading 21-0. Do you think that Coach Hughes just brings the offense back on the field and says, let's go for it? I say it looks like they're going to.
Tries to draw them offside maybe?
Knowing Coach Hughes, he's liable to give them a chance to draw sides and then say, okay, with 5 seconds left, let's just run the play. There he is. He's going under center. Ran the play. First man through had the ball, and I believe that he got the ball. Woo! Not sure where it's going to be marked at.
You got the side judge looking.
There's going to be a
turnover on
a lot of plays out there. It was, just had a feeling that time, Tim, that's what he was going to do.
You think
with the 21-point
napping?
Yeah, with 21-point cushion, they were playing off the line of scrimmage, no question about that. But when they went up under center, they did one heck of a job to get up under their blockers and kind of protect their home spot. New quarterback in the game at number 13. He gets the ball and he tries to run it. This is Tice. Tice got the handoff many times during the first half. And instead of Berger as your starting quarterback for this half, they had Tice as your quarterback in there.
Yeah, number 3 was in on that. He was out here on the right side, and he's coming back in. I don't know if he's going to be the quarterback or not, but he's calling the play.
Looks like he's going back to the quarterback spot. So no major change there. 30's in the backfield as well. Receiver in motion, high snap, trying to get the ball down the field. It's really a good throw and a good catch right there. Just didn't go for very much yardage. You had Hare in on the play, and also for the Yellow Jackets, Mark Bolin was in on the play.
Yeah, that's one of those you wonder if he should have just caught the ball and tried to turn the corner.
Yeah. 3rd down and a little more than 10 yards to go. Ball spotted inside the 25, right about the 24-yard line. Again, going with the one of their main runners to receive the ball as the snap position, trying to get outside, and he does get outside, and he trips.
He's in the end zone.
Actually, one of his other guys tripped. I lost spot of the guy that had the ball, but it's a touchdown for the Indians. So the gamble that the Yellow Jackets make, going for it on 4th down, deep inside their own territory, turns out to be a gamble that pays off for the Indians instead of the Yellow Jackets.
They just deep snapped to the quarterback, overloaded the left side, and had enough blockers to clear a path for him.
Yep, he made a good cut up right there too, or cut back to the inside. Snap back and blocked by the Yellow Jackets. Blocked, I believe, that time by number 43, Hare. So the Indians get on the board, did not have very far to go to get on the board, and they take advantage of the short real estate. They cut the score from 21 down to 15 pretty quickly there to start the second half. 3 minutes and 30 seconds have run off the clock here. In first half, Tim, statistically, first downs, Fairview had 9 to Harpeth's 3. Rushing yardage, the Yellow Jackets, and this is net yardage, Yellow Jackets had 18 carries for 173 yards. Harpeth had 20 carries for minus 12 yards. Yeah, passing yardage, we didn't have much, didn't need it. Based on our rushing yardage, we had 26 yards of passing, 4 of 9 with 1 interception. We picked them off once as well. They were 3 of 9, and we picked them off. Matter of fact, the pickoffs, the interceptions came darn near back-to-back in the game. Harpeth to kick off again. Good high kick down the field. Tidwell catches it at about the 10-yard line, moves to the center of the field, then kind of jukes and jumbles and all of these kind of things, gets to the middle, then runs back to the outside.
He was being shifty.
He was being shifty. He definitely had the CVT on in his engine.
He was shifting gears and shifting direction.
So total yardage in the first half, 199 to 22. You had total turnovers. Yellow Jackets had 3 total turnovers in the first half. This time you've got Franklin trying to get around the end, and he's got room. 1 man to beat. Can he get by him? And he does! He's down the sideline at the 10, the 5, and is inside the G for a touchdown, Yellow Jackets.
When you watch this game, you watch Ernest Franklin at the point of attack once again. Great block, springs Julian for the long touchdown.
That was one heck of a run right there by Julian, and he just had to get outside one guy. But not only get outside of him, Tim, he had to get outside of him and stay in bounds. He didn't have but a couple of yards between him and the defensive player to stay in bounds. And he did, and once he got past him, he created about 30 yards of separation there before the end zone.
You know, I almost wonder
Snap back, kick up, and it looks like it's good. And it is good. 28-6. Yellow Jackets, they make up for the gamble.
I think one of the reasons they run Julian so much to this side is the ability of Ernest to seal that edge. And that is a tremendous, tremendous effort. I mean, that's one of the unsung things that happens in football. You see the long run by Julian. He does his thing, but it just doesn't happen without that great blocking inside and Ernest just sealing that outside away. And then Julian has to beat one guy, and that's the way a football play is designed. He does, we score.
Well, that, you know, right there gets him over 100 yards on the evening in rushing. And yeah, again, like you say, Tim, that he needs to get somebody a nice thick burger.
Yeah, that would be, like I say, back in the day, that would be 2 steak dinners for Ernest Franklin, because he was off the line of scrimmage, key block on a touchdown over 30 yards.
I think we're going to have to, instead of calling him Ernest or Ernie, he's the Big E.
Yeah, because that was just a phenomenal block. And if he gets the ball, younger brother Julian better lay the same kind of block on for him.
So you got the Big E and you got the Speedy J. To kick off again for the Yellow Jackets is Higgins. Waiting for the signal. And he gets it from the official. Approaches the ball, gets it high up in the air. It's going to be caught at about the 18-yard line, going down the sideline and taken down. I believe that was Higgins that brought him down as well, wasn't it?
I think
it was.
It
Kicked it and caught him. So he got a kicking call. It's going to bring up a first down for the Indians. So we go 21-6, 28-6, just in the matter of just a snap. Yellow Jackets on defense now. They come out and they are looking at a 4-receiver set. Man in motion is the quarterback that played quarterback in the first half anyway. And on this particular play, we're going to have a loss of 1. It's going to bring up second down at 11 yards to go. You had Berger in motion there, so I was wondering if they're going to do some kind of a toss back to have him throw the ball. As it turns out, they basically just get caught at home at the line of scrimmage, no gain on the play. Second down, nothing.
Kevin, they're trying to use a little motion to get that Fairview defense, that quick reacting Fairview defense, to move out of position and create a seam. But Ben Brooks and Mr. Buttrey just aren't having any of it.
Buttrey, we haven't called his name a lot tonight. That's because he sealed everybody off all game. A drop on this play right here, going down to get the ball, was the quarterback Berger.
There he is, Chap Delane, right in the middle of it.
Number 71, Chap Delane, busted through the hole right there and made sure that Berger was not able to pick the ball up and stand up and do anything with it. And I guess we're somewhat fortunate there that since Berger had the ball and his knees on the ground, that we didn't get some kind of a penalty for hitting him after he got control of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would have been chintzy if we would have, but I could have seen the point of view by the referee if he would have called that.
Yeah, but that
wasn't liked it. But
that wasn't a malicious hit. It looked like he was trying to go for a ball.
Got a screenplay up the middle. The Yellow Jackets, they smell it out and they stay at home and bring him down. I believe one of the reasons they were staying at home too, it looked like Clay Hare was being held right there at that point. Wasn't going to let him loose. They were just holding him right there at that spot.
Yeah, the lineman had a handful of number 43.
Yes, he did. Good snap back. And a punt down the field.
We got a flag.
And I believe it's going to be the outside defender released a little early right there. That's what it looked like to me. So we'll see if they're going to accept it. I believe they're going to make them kick it again, but we'll see.
But now they're bringing the offense on.
But again, I think that 5 yards here or there, they may they've got the ball right now in their hands. And if you kick again, you never know what's going to happen. Fumble could happen. The better kick. Right now, you know you have it, so take it and let's run with it. You're up 28-6. Under 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Trying to push your record on the year to 5-0. One back in the set this time, and that back gets the football. He pushes it on the outside, and he's got a little room. Caldwell, isn't it? Looked like it may have been Tidwell on the play. We'll see. Was that Caldwell?
Caldwell's 22, isn't he?
No, Caldwell's 20. That is 22 that had that play. Dakota Caldwell. I'm sorry, you said Caldwell. I was thinking Cavender.
A lot of C's on this team.
Yes. In the eye that time, and Caldwell is just buried. Running backwards on that play instead of running forward. Never had the opportunity to make the cut up. So he's going to lose everything that he got on the first play and lose everything plus one. Third down 11 for the Jackets. In the I formation. Ramey going back, throws the ball down the field, and what a great going down to the knee and catching the football. I mean, you can teach that, Tim, but that's just natural football ability right there.
And still caught it with his hands.
Yes. Great observation right there. Staying in the I formation. Handoff coming around the end again is Franklin. Franklin sees a little bit of a gap. Instead of trying to break it long, he takes what he has and goes under it and dives and gets the yardage. And Brooks right there gets up and go ahead, Tim. I mean, you saw that better than I did.
He's getting outside for a block. That's a long way, and he just played defense on the line.
Yep.
That's some effort.
Stamina, effort.
Execution.
Absolutely well coached. I formation again up under center. Rolling to the right. Ramey. Ramey tries to get down the field. He's got him. He's got him open. Almost to the house. If he didn't have to slow up to catch the ball, which, quite frankly, that was a long throw. It would have been almost impossible to catch him in stride because that would have been a 60-yarder in the air just to catch him in stride. But as you saw right there, that's one of our guys that can break away.
Well, Ramey's rolling to the right. You got a guy who runs about a 4.40 flying down the sidelines. It's just hard to be able to throw it that far. Great play by the Jackets.
Absolutely. 3:35 counting down here in the third quarter. I believe if it rained much more, the Harpeth crowd would go ahead and go home. Shotgun formation. Throwing the ball high up into the end zone, going up for it. Look at that play. Number 80, Hunter Branch, goes up over the top of the defender, brings it back in for a Fairview Yellow Jacket touchdown.
That defender did nothing wrong, Kevin.
No, the defender was perfect. It was just
an athletic play. Branch went up over him, reached out, took the ball.
Good play all around right there. The ball was thrown where Branch had an opportunity to make a play. And that's all as a receiver you want, is to have that opportunity to make the play. Snap back, Kick up high and through the uprights, and it's good. Yellow Jackets now 35. The homestanding Indians 6. They've given up that 6 points, made them mad.
Yeah, I think it made the players mad, and they're probably going to tell their coach, don't do that anymore. You're messing up our defensive stats.
Very well may be, but
at the same time, they're saying, we got your back, coach, see?
That's right.
35, don't do that anymore.
Yeah, but still don't do that anymore. 35-6, 3:19 left. Higgins ready to kick off again. Higgins. Tim, he's also a junior. 6'3", junior. I mean,
he's a big boy.
As you said earlier, we just don't have a lot of seniors on this team.
Nope. Opposing teams are going to be hearing these same names for quite a while, at least another year, sometimes 2.
Kick away, down at the goal line, almost in at the 1 yard line basically, and he's not going to get back to the 20. He's going to be dropped. If he gets a good spot, it's going to be around the 15-yard line. And the spot is at the 15. I think the excitement on the last touchdown where Hunter Branch went up over the top of the defender, caught the right vocal cord. I formation. Indians trailing big at this point. They run the ball to the left side, over tackle. Nothing doing.
We're crowding 7 and 8 on the line. We're daring them to throw the ball, Kevin. And there's just that line. There's too many to block. They can't get any kind of push.
And you got Buttry up there. I mean, you got Chapdelaine on the line. You got Lampley on the line.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage.
Second man through gets the ball, and he's saying, Coach, give it to the first guy. He's going to go back to the about the 15-yard line where they started from. So no gain on the play. Third down and about 10 yards to go. And if you notice, you don't exactly have the Harpeth Indians rushing to get to the line of scrimmage to run that next play. Berger rolling out, he stops, throws across the field, and almost intercepted, and then almost caught. You almost had 2 great plays.
Tidwell broke on the ball, looked like he had it, and he misjudged it. I don't know if it was the lights, but his timing was perfect to break on the ball. Somehow he just didn't get it, and I think the receiver was expecting it to be tipped, and then it hit him.
Yeah. It was a good play by Tidwell, though, to knock the ball down and keep a reception from being made. In position all night long. It's one thing you can count on. Almost a block right there. That's what you want to guard against, is where that ball comes down and hits the receiver. It hits the receiver as he's running down the field.
Blocking. He was blocking the.
Lucky enough that you had Branch in place.
Hit him right in the back.
play, but we also had a flag against the Yellow Jackets for illegal block. Yellow Jackets recover. So no harm done other than pushing the ball back to midfield. Caldwell runs basically straight down the 50-yard line, which is right on line where we're standing and calling the game. And by the way, you know, kudos again to the media staff that gets this done for everyone to watch. Handoff this time to Franklin, cutting through, trying to hit the gap, and not able to get there fast enough this time.
I'm not sure his knee touched so Kevin. I think his legs came down on the body of the defender.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, the referee blew it dead, so it didn't matter, but it looked like his knees did not touch.
Third down and almost 10. Snap back, looking down the field this time. Ball thrown a little short and outside. Third down and still almost 10 for the Yellow Jackets at midfield. So it's fourth down and 10. 17 seconds left here in the third quarter.
Let's go for a field goal.
You know, this isn't really a bad play. And I'll tell you why in a moment why this is not a bad play. It is when you do that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that makes it a bad play.
Because if you kick it down deep, the ball's dead and they get it on the 20.
That's correct. It's like a touchback. So in high school football, the reason that the coach did that, if the ball is on the defensive side of the field and you try for a field goal and you come up short, the other team has the option of returning it. And if it comes up short and you miss it in any fashion, it's like a touchback. They get the ball at the 20-yard line. It's almost like punting into the end zone. 15 trying to get outside, and he is picked up and thrown down.
I was ready for the
simple.
1, 2, 3 pull, the old rodeo, Kevin.
That's right. And that player says, my goodness, what a way to end the third quarter. At the end of 3, you've got the Yellow Jackets 35 and the Indians 6.
Kevin, have you ever noticed, I've been watching Fairview's defensive coordinator tonight, which I think is Mr. Coach Simmons, and I don't care what level of football you're watching, the defensive coordinator is always the most intense coach on the sidelines. A few moments ago, the referee's coming over and he's saying, move back, coaches, move back, coaches. And Coach Simmons moved back, walked in a circle, went right back up to the line of scrimmage, got in his coaching stance and started watching his defense. They're just on it. 110%.
Trying to give me some water here, Tim, so I don't sound so barky. And I apologize about that to the folks listening at home. I mean, it's probably bad enough as it is anyway. When you get the barky sound or the other sound that comes with it, that's even worse.
All right, you see that, Kevin? The referee just told him to move back. He's moving down the sideline, step back. Got his eyes right on his players.
High formation, you got Buttry chasing him down, and Buttry goes all the way down the field as a defensive lineman and chases down the receiver.
Not bad, 6'3", about 225, hustling down the sidelines, catching that speedy back.
Buttry's listed He's a sophomore, 6'3", 223, and he just chased down
a pretty fast running back or a wide receiver.
A receiver, number 15. I formation here for the Indians. First guy through gets the ball. And he's going nowhere. Indian player a little slow getting up there. He's been in the trenches all night fighting against the Yellow Jackets, and not an easy task. Berger back on the field for the Indians. Play call from the sideline. 10:50 and counting down. I formation again. First guy through gets the ball. It's going to be a few yards on the pickup, but again, not big yardage at all. I believe at this point in the game that Harpeth is ready to get to the house.
Mm-hmm.
Clay Hare into the game again. Also into the game for the Jackets is number 32, Garrett Wall, freshman. 3rd and 5, I formation, 2 receivers split left. Berger goes back to pass, gets the ball down the field, and I believe the ball is intercepted if they give it to him.
He was bobbling it, they're calling it incomplete. Looks like
they're going to say he was juggling as he was going out of bounds.
Great effort, number 15. Is that Bingle?
Michael Bingle. So Mike went up and almost brought that baby home.
And he's another one who stepped in for number 14. Boy, I can't remember. Skeen.
A lot of young men on the roster. A lot of quality young men from Fairview High School. Going back this time. And, you know, it didn't take a lot of effort that time. I mean, it took a good effort, but the quarterback, or the receiver turned quarterback that time, I think he decided to go ahead and get down pretty quick.
Well, he saw Cavender coming from the left side, unabated, and he turned around. Who was he looking at? 6'3", 223, Jacob Buttrey.
Jacob Buttrey.
So when you've got those two options, probably the safest option is run for the deck. Or in other words, get down.
Ramey stays in the game at quarterback. On the line of scrimmage. On the right side, you've got senior, the Big E, as we call him.
Timeout, Fairview.
The Yellow Jackets didn't have everybody set right here. 9:55 left in the football game. 29-point game here. And the Yellow Jackets, I believe, Tim, have this one in control. But while we've got this timeout, want to give, the people that deserve the credit, give them the credit. Tyler Tuttle, this is 2 away games in a row that Mr. Tuttle has come out and worked with us to help get everything set up with Bob King. In addition, you've got Kelly Moore that's out working this game as well. You've got Bob King as the producer of the game, so he'll take the tapes back, work with the students, and get everything set up for this to be airing on the television, Channel 3, and soon to be hopefully Channel 19 again when they get the tape deck edits, and I think the hardware is out of order right now. And then you've got myself, Kevin Anderson, and Tim French calling the football game. In addition to that, well, you got right now Cole Watkins with the ball running down the field and running over people. And you got Cole Watkins. That definitely, Tim, we have remained with the bus.
That's classic fullback style. Just come on over here and let me put some pads on you, and I'm just going to come through you. Good job, number 33. Good call.
The bus.
I like that call, and I like the energy and the effort by number 33.
Play here comes in to run the fullback slot. Second man through, gets the ball. It's going to be a gain down to the 41-yard line, pick up a 4 on the play. Second down and 6.
And Kevin, you may see more of this type of lineup down the road when we're coming up against some of them big, beefier teams where you're going to need somebody that can take that big blow, kind of take a little of the burden off of Cavender coming out of there, and we'll have that little dynamic duo going.
And Watkins is 5'9", 215. Second man through is Watkins again. Gets inside the 40-yard line to the 39-yard line.
We'll have our own version of thunder and lightning going on.
Definitely. Watkins out of the game. Number 21 in the game this time, replacing him. That's Nick Harvey. Good day. Not Paul Harvey, but Nick Harvey.
Fairview working the clock.
3rd and 4. Harriet fullback. Harvey dotting the I. Toss out to Harvey. Cuts up the side. And could he go the distance? He gets outside. Stays in bounds. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Don't tell me that we just added another speedster that we didn't even know about.
He was striding. He's a long strider, glider type, and he turned it on. But, you know, that Harpeth defense, they are tired. They've been hit. They've been chasing, and they're just getting worn out, Kevin. Fairview's not running any big-time plays here, trying to run tricks, run up the score. That's just a basic sweep, and good blocking at the point of attack. We've got young number 21. We haven't seen him this year. He takes it to the house.
Kick is up through the uprights, and it's good. And the Yellow Jackets move the score, 42-6.
He's a freshman, if I'm reading this right.
Yes. Nick Harvey comes in, gets the ball, cuts up, takes it the distance, his first touch, and it was a good run. There was a great hole and a good gap, but you have to hit them.
He hit the gap and he exploded, and then he turned it on. And he's a little different than the other speedsters we've got. They pick him up and put him down a little shorter stride. He's got that long stride going, and he was covering a lot of distance.
That's nice to see a freshman come in. It's nice to see a freshman come in, take the handoff, get the outside, and run away from the defense. I mean, literally run away from the defense.
I mean, he covered 30, whatever that yardage was, in it pretty quick.
314 yards rushing with 8:01 left here in the football game. That's a pretty fair night of rushing, I'd say.
Oh, good boot.
This kick goes down, picked up at the 5-yard line. Higgins does his job again and Cavender comes down and just knocks him out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Looks like he got frustrated with that hand wrap. It's gone now. I think he had enough of that tape, and he just said, I can play football without it.
we didn't get into earlier. Doing the coaches tape is Michonne Ramey, and I know she has to enjoy doing this with her son out there playing the quarterback position. Probably in certain times, and got her stomach in knots up there doing it. When you got your kid out there playing and you're coaching him and you're doing the tape for him, probably a little excited at times. And then we have, Stacy Hare that's been working with us and doing the stats and handing off to us the statistics for a couple of years now. And so when you hear us calling out the statistics, that means that we have a booth position that gives us access to her stats. And in some games, she's been nice enough to even run them across the field and give them to us. High formation right here. Flag thrown. I didn't see what the call was.
Sideline warning.
Okay, sideline warning.
Probably on the defensive coordinator.
And you also have 42-6 score, 36-point differential, which is, you got a fumble. Yellow Jackets pick it up, and I believe they're going to take it into the end zone for another touchdown, and they do.
Player
trying to
get
you got a Harpeth player down, but I was trying to get the number of the player that picked the fumble up and took it into the end zone.
I'm looking, I believe it might have been Cavender, because I do not see him on the sidelines.
Well, I hope this young man is okay.
He's got his knees up. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it's going very quiet here in the stadium. As we're trying to binocular our way into the huddle down to figure out who scored that touchdown. Eric Mangrum, I'm being told, is the young man that picked the ball up in stride and carried it into the end zone. All right, now we get to go from being quiet to... I hate to see that he's not putting much pressure on the leg. I'd much rather see the pressure being put on the leg. And that's what, you get a game like this, Tim, you got your starters out. You now have a, 48-6 game, got point after upcoming here. And, soon to be hopefully 49-6. Nathan Green to kick the point after. He just short pooch kick right through the upright, which is all you need to do for the point after. That way it gets high, straight, and through the uprights, and that's what Nathan did. So point after good. Score now, 5:57 left in the game, 49-6, 43-point differential. And so what I was about to say earlier before the fumble is in high school football they have something called the mercy rule. And the mercy rule, I believe, is a good rule, especially with regards to players getting injured late in the game. And that, to me, is fitting, especially for this evening. You can tell that players on both sides of the field, they could have some heat coming in, and and get them a little tired, extra tired, and when you're tired, you are in position to get injured. More so of a position. Higgins to kick off again, who's been spectacular all night. This ball here is kicked and picked up at the 1 yard line, fumbled initially, and run back out to the 21 yard line. So it's a 20-yard return. But, one of the key weapons that we have, in my opinion, is in number 8, Mr. Higgins. When you got someone that's going to kick the ball that consistently is going to land inside the 10-yard line, and you've got your squad that's following the football down the field, and they only have to run 40 yards, it's going to be hard to get the ball outside past the 20-yard line, especially as much height as he has on the football. Toss sweep going to the right side and hit immediately at about the 21-yard line and brought down.
I really like to see the continuation of that physical defensive type of hitting. That, Coach Ruiz brought that in, carried on by Matakavich, carried on by Whitefield, and now carried on by Coach Hughes. Fairview has been known for the last 8, 9, 10 years as a hard-hitting physical football team, and I just love to see that continue.
Yep. Baker in, playing corner on the right side, the right corner. Had to get my directionals in order here. Harpeth hands off to number 28, tries to break it outside, and loses his footing on the wet field. Jason Fennell gets it and not able to break it out to get an opportunity to cut up the field. On the line now, you got in the game 61, Nick Lane. And as we can decipher numbers, we'll call them off to you to let you know. But the white jerseys are the ones that are difficult for us to see. In at quarterback. Oh, what a great play right there. Oh, they're going to call that as a pass interference.
Man.
Wow, Joe Bach goes up and slaps the ball away. I am not sure.
That looked like perfect play. The only thing that could have happened, Kevin, is that he had his left hand on it, but it didn't look like it from here. But that's a long way across the field from where we're standing. But it looked like he did exactly like you teach him in practice.
Wow, that was just a good defensive play right there.
Sure was.
Good play by Mr. Bach there. Regardless of what the flag says, that was a really good play. Also on the field, you've got number 40, Hunter Shiver. First man through gets the football here. Everybody's standing up here. Nobody's going to the ground, it looks like. A gain of 4. Second down, 6 yards to go. 2 minutes left and counting down in this football game.
Coach is doing his darndest to get everybody a little PT here tonight, Kevin.
I was trying to see if number 23 was in the game.
23 is right here on the sidelines.
Okay. Timeout by the Indians here. You got 26 in the game. You've got 55 in the game, 85 in the game. Jackson Britt. There you go, number 23 coming in the game, 72 about to come into the game. A.J. Barkalow, number 23, coming into the game is Alex Sewell. And so Alex Sewell, number 23, should be seeing some action here, because you would think in second down and 6 yards they're going to be throwing the football. Looks like he's playing some free safety here. Toss back. It's going to be a running play. Going to get on the outside. Got some room. And the Yellow Jackets hit and throw. Hit the man and throw him down is what they did. 40-5 in on the play. Hunter Shiver and Dylan Baker. Tim,
nice hustle to the ball. Nice hustle to the ball. Nice tackle.
Since we got about a minute left in the game, give us kind of a synopsis of what you've seen in this football game and prepare us for our next game where we're going to be playing at home.
Well, this game was a good game for us to look at a lot of things. We could try some things, and we did. We've been kind of running that jet sweep. Tonight we ran it with a little bit of a wrinkle, an inside handoff, almost like a counter tray, coming back to them. The next game against Spring Hill, remember last year, they run that midline option real well, and they also throw the ball, but they lost a lot of seniors, so it'll be interesting to see how they run this year. They're a strong team, though. They played some tough games. They've had some real close losses, and they've had some real tough wins. But they're going to be physical, and I think it's going to be a step up for us next week, and it'll be a good measuring stick if we can come out and pick up a win at home against a good Spring Hill team.
Well, we definitely want to see the crowd out there.
Yeah, if this crowd wants to see the Fairview football team come out and play some good, hard, tough football, come out next week, and they need your support. This is going to be a big game. I'd like to see us take home that win.
Absolutely. Final score, 49-6. The Yellow Jackets, they give up 6 points, and that's it tonight against the homestanding Harpeth Indians.
I want to talk about Spring Hill just a little bit more. If you remember that game last year, Kevin, first half was a close game, and the second half they wore us down with that power running game. Yes. So we're going to need the fans out there cheering our guys on next week.
No question about it. And this as an away game to come on the field of the Indians and leave with a 43-point differential, that's pretty clever.
Once again, a tough defensive effort by that Fairview Yellow Jacket defense. 14 points is the most we've given up all year. And tonight we hold them to 6. What is that on the year? About 30 points maybe on the average? No, total points against us all year. Against our defense.
Yeah, we've given up 17. And gave up 6 tonight. That's 23. Gave up 14, be 37. That's it.
That's pretty tough.
Basically 7 points a game. And we're averaging a little more than that.
We've got to be averaging about 30, maybe 35 a game. I would think.
Probably at least the 40. Yeah. Well, Tim, it was a good night. Enjoyed calling it. It was a good night for football. Temperature was going down, giving us an opportunity to not fight the humidity all night. A lot less.
Kevin, I like to see this. This tradition was started by Coach Whitefield and it's being continued. Fairview football team comes over and does the alma mater to the fans that come out and cheer them on. It's a good way to end a good win.
Absolutely. Well, that'll be final score 49-6. And we will see everyone next week And again, bring your family. Get out there and support these young men that went through the summer, fought their tails off all summer with 100-degree weather, 110 feels like weather. And right now we're getting into a part of the season that the weather is not going to be hot for anyone to sit in the stands. It's going to be an enjoyable game and a huge game against Spring Hill that we need to win, and we need everyone that we can get to the game at the game. But Tim, appreciate it again. Appreciate Mr. King, Mr. Tuttle, and Miss Moore for doing the job that they're doing, Miss Hare, and everyone else that's helped tonight. I'm Kevin Anderson. This is Tim French signing off. Everyone, enjoy the game, and we'll see you next week.
Everybody drive safe going home.